The Suicide Squad bug that makes everyone the ultimate speedrunner, the leaked Call of Duty game made by Tony Hawk devs, and an unexpected announcement on Deus Ex. I'm Ash Dixon, and this is GINX News. With no review copies being shipped out, we're all here sitting rather anxiously waiting to hear if Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is as bad as everyone's expecting. Well, the crazy bastards who decided to pre-order the deluxe edition of the game got the opportunity to start diving in yesterday. Sadly, we haven't been hearing what they think, as Rocksteady had to pull the servers offline within an hour of early access launching. Yeah, not a good look. And it was all due to a super hilarious bug. Basically, for a load of people, simply logging into the game for the first time would auto-complete the entire game.
What? That cannot be the start of the game.
You know, just like the classics. This game looks pretty cool. Let's give it a go then, shall we? Well, that was sick! Now, just a reminder that the deluxe edition of Suicide Squad costs $99, and if anything, it just reaffirms how unhinged you must be to pre-order that. Like, honestly, you either have too much money or please get some therapy. Apparently, Rocksteady have now identified the problem and are testing to fix it, though while they do that, the game is completely unavailable. At the time of recording, that was 17 hours ago, and from the looks of it, it's still offline, so gotta love those always online games. If that happens, I'm not gonna tell you what you should do with that reimbursed money. After all, you've already decided, haven't you? You're obviously gonna buy some of those day one Harley Quinn skins, aren't you? You glorious, unhinged son of a bitch. Either way, the whole thing ain't a good look, especially when the game has as much trust in it as Jada Smith around her son's close friends.
Keep my wife's out your mouth!
Do you know who you can trust though? Us here at GINX News. So please do subscribe to the channel. I mean, obviously, I say that, I have a vested interest in you being here. Plus, the more that you subscribe, the more early access, deluxe edition games I can afford to buy. So it's a win-win. The beginning of 2024 has been pretty quiet for game releases, other than a certain game with POW in the title. I'm obviously talking about Discovery Kids' Parrot Pals. What are people talking about? This is nothing like Pokemon. Luckily, Xbox fans have already had a direct teasing what's to come, and now it's the turn of the PlayStation fanboys, fangirls, and fanbees. That's because Sony has announced the state of play that's taking place tomorrow at these respective times. And all round, it's looking like an exciting time. It's set to be 40 minutes long and will cover 15 games. That's PlayStation's way of laughing in the face of Xbox's 5 games that they showed off during their direct. But whoa now, PlayStation, how many of those are going to be for the PSVR 2, which, let's be honest, most of us don't care about. And Sony, you can hit me up when one of your games lets you use a big-ass whip. I don't even like Indiana Jones, I'm just a sucker for a hype theme tune. Lots of people are hoping for some Death Stranding 2 news, which, according to one leak, might be titled Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, which I hope isn't true because it makes it sound like one of those Dead or Alive volleyball games. But there is some weight to the theory because Hideo Kojima's favorite film is the 1956 classic, On the Beach. Yep, never heard of it either.
It's a classic!
Di, we both know you're not that old. I won't go too deep into all the potential games right now because, well, what do you think tomorrow's show will be about? Not this, because it's out at 10 PM UK time, so it will be a Thursday show thing. But either way, we'll have you covered. If you've ever played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or Guitar Hero, you'll probably be familiar with the people that made them. Neversoft, a studio name that I very much resonate with. Well, they then went kaput in 2014, which, get ready to cry inside, was 10 years ago, but they're grabbing the headlines again because footage from one of their unreleased titles has emerged online, and it's a pretty big one. It's actually a Call of Duty title, and a pretty novel one at that. Codenamed Future Warfare, or NX1 internally, one of the leaked videos shows an overview of the missions menu, the difficulty levels, and the start of a mission that's set on the moon, which is pretty appropriately named Moonbase Assault. We don't know where the footage came from, but ex-Neversoft developer Brian Bright has confirmed its authenticity, as well as the game it was replaced by. He says, "This was some experiments with low G and was really about the team learning the engine. We were making Guitar Hero games on a Tony Hawk Pro Skater engine prior. I believe this would have been in place of Ghosts. We had 2 to 3 campaign missions and a bunch of multiplayer work done before cancellation. One thing we really liked in multiplayer was the first escort mode in Call of Duty." The leaked footage shares some pretty big similarities with Ghosts. Both games have the same protagonist, Walker. The footage also looks pretty similar to the first mission in Ghosts, where you're guiding yourself through a satellite as the Federation closes in. So I reckon NX1 was actually the prototype for Ghosts, and that this game did actually get released, just not in its original guise. That's not to say it was just COD in space though. There's also footage of missions on Earth, and some of the map names are pretty intriguing. If anything, I wish the game was released just so I could see what Bin Laden's compound looks like. Oh, or the all caps map simply named Bank. What the hell is that? But what do you think? Did they make a mistake cancelling NX1? Let us know in the comments. Here's some news for you Deus Ex fans, though heads up, it's not good. It looks like developer Eidos have been working on a new unannounced Deus Ex game for at least a couple of years. The problem is, back in 2022, the studio was acquired by Embracer, and you can see where this is going. And yeah, the game has now been cancelled, along with 97 layoffs at the company. It's just all-round awful news. It sucks for Deus Ex fans, and you know, I never thought a gaming company would end up with a worse rep than EA. But hey, look at me being wrong. And well done Embracer for being extra And that's the show. Check out yesterday's video somewhere around here. It's all about the upcoming Discovery Kids Parrot Pals card game. And thanks for watching.